Hi guys, just waiting to see if people are finding the group. And I see I just had Jess, I just added you to the group. Let's see. Checking to see if I'm on here. Let's see. I think you're in there, Jessie. All right, I'll give it a couple more minutes. Facebook. Okay. Oh, I see Sierra. Hi, Sierra. Thanks for coming. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I was trying to see if I could, Facebook. I was trying to see if I could actually see some comments. Oh, I see my sister. Hi, Deidre. Thanks for watching. Got 3 of you guys now. And bear with me a second. Okay. Man, I tell you, every time I try to do this, I either get kicked out of Facebook for a second and then I have to go back in and then the sound doesn't work. So, all right, bear with me one more second here. All right, I'm just not seeing it showing up here. Oh, well, I'm just going to hope it's going. So, looks like we got a couple people. All right, so I wanted to share some excitement with you today. We have a new catalog that just started. The new January to June Stampin' Up! Catalog, along with Celebration. And Celebration means that with every $50 that you spend, you get to select free stuff. Ooh, so that's really cool. So I'm going to show a couple of things in the catalog that I just want to make sure that people are aware of. And then I've made some samples that I can share with you, and a couple of little tricks that I've learned over the last month or so that are really cool. All right, so let's get started. If you have any questions, just go ahead and, I don't know if I'll see them, but go ahead and leave them. And let's see here. One more check to see if I can see if I'm live. I think I am. Deidre, if you can answer, can you message me that you can see this okay? Hopefully you can. Oh, now I see it. Okay, cool. I think we're good. All right. So, first things first, let's talk about the free stuff here. So, Celebration is going to go to the end of February. And what happens then again is you spend $50 on regular stuff, and then you can choose different levels. So, for example, the Island Vibes set will be free with $50, and I think I have a couple of these sets for you to look at. I also have a very nasty cold right now, so I'm going to be sounding very nasally, and hopefully I won't cough because that's been annoying for the last few days, but hopefully in the next 2 days it'll be gone. I had to go get a COVID test just to make sure that I didn't have it. And nope, it just turns out it's just a really nasty cold. All right. So here is my Island Vibes set. So you can go ahead and take a look at this, which I wish I wasn't on an island right now. There's a big pineapple in this stamp. And just for people who may have never gotten a stamp set from Stampin' Up!, what you'll get in here are stickers to put on the backs of your stamps and the actual stamp itself. So what you can do is, I usually just do this when I'm using them. If I want to make the pineapple, then I'll go ahead and get it ready at that time. I don't go through when I get my stamps and do all of them because I just haven't had enough time to do that. And then on your sticker sheet here, there's a little crease, and you just go ahead and peel back this crease, and on this stamp you take off this little cover right here. And then you go ahead and try to put it on straight. And this part will be sticky. This part right here is sticky because you'll use a block to put the stamp on to do your stamping. And then it's reusable, so it'll stay sticky for a long time. A lot of stamping demonstrators don't put their stickers on because they say they have a lot of trouble getting them on straight. So that's just your preference. But I usually do put them on, even though they might be a little crooked. I still go ahead and do that. So that's an example of one of the celebrations that comes with a $50 order for free. Okay, and then this little booklet, if you don't have either of these, let me know and I can send you them, and they're just more fun to have in person. Then you could get some daffodil paper to go along. There's a daffodil set. There's catching butterflies, and I believe I have that one. Yes, I was going to try to make a card with that today. I just didn't quite get that one done, but this is super cute. Look at that little girl. I also have little embellishments that are butterflies. And one thing is really neat about these catalogs. If you don't know what to do, just copy what you see in the examples that are done. And that's a perfect way to get started. All right, the next one, pardon my arms here reaching, is the driving by set. Look how cute this is. And again, here, I haven't done this yet, so I just got this set. So hopefully I can make up some cool cards with both of these cute little sets soon. No cost at all. Those were all free. And then this is my favorite. Let me quick grab this. This pack of paper right here is entirely free with $50 purchase, and I wanted to make you aware of a couple things on any of the designer series paper that comes from Stampin' Up. If you look under the title of your paper, it's going to list all the colors that are compatible for this whole pack. So all of the ink colors that you get, all of the cardstock, everything will be there. So you don't have to worry, it's all going to match if you follow that. If you want to go off of that, that's fine too. But this just gives you a head start on what actually is going to coordinate. So that's pretty neat. But this pack, I have gotten this a few times actually in the last couple of pre-orders, that because I'm a demonstrator, I'm allowed to order a lot of this ahead of time. So I've gotten my free stuff, and you can see I've been using this pack pretty heavily. It's double-sided paper, and this couldn't be cooler. I absolutely love it. So that's fantastic. Who doesn't need a rainbow? All right, put that over there. So definitely look at this page 8 of your little celebration. All righty, and then the otters. Oh, I actually sent away my otter card. I made a birthday card using this set, and I made it for my daughter, and it is gone. But, oh, how cute is he? Adorable. Okay, and then there's another freebie over here on this page. It is paper. Oh, let's see. Oh, it's under here. This is called Simply Marvelous paper, and I just opened this. All right, let's take a look at this here. So again, this is all double-sided. You can kind of see all the cool things in here. Oh, let's see. Deidre said she clicked something. I'm not sure if I can do that. Let me see, Deidre. I can see you left a comment, but I can't see what it is. Well, I see you're there, but I can't see what you said. Anyway, let me see here. I think if I add you to the video, you'll be on my screen. I don't know if you want to do that. All right. So this is a really cool deal because you can use these. And again, it will say all of the colors that match. So you'll be able to work with all the different cardstocks and inks, and everything will match. So that's very cool. And my husband just came home, so he might come back here and say hi to you all. Okay, then let's see. There is another set called Friendly Hello. Now this one's a little bit different because this is a level 2. So this would be $100, and you would get this stamp set, which is called Photopolymer Set. So you see it doesn't have the orange back like these cling stamps. So there's a difference. These are really nice because you can see through them when you put them on the block. They're sticky on one side, like this. I take it out. Sure. And this side is sticky. So you put it on your block and you can see it. So you don't have to worry if you got your sticker on crooked or anything like that. So that's kind of handy. I really like using these just for convenience, but the orange cling stamps are much more detailed. So I made a card with this. I'll just show you that really quickly. This is the bird from the Friendly Hello, and this paper is the other part of your free gift there. Let me grab that really quickly. Here it is. This is a really fun set. So again, if you look on the back label, it says Friendly Hello Designer Series Paper, and it lists all the colors that coordinate with that. That's just so helpful. And then all of these are double-sided, so you can make whatever you want with any of these. This is really a neat color combination. So that's called a level 2 celebration set. Very fun. Okay. Alrighty. And then special moments, all of the words. Let me see if I have that one. Oh, I have so many things here. Well, I don't see that one quite yet, so we'll skip over that one. But I really like how you can just copy these example cards if you wanted to just, there's so many options, and you don't know where to start. This is a great thing to do. All right, and then the last thing just to take note of is this part right here, the join, where you would buy a starter kit to do things like I do, or just to be a discount shopper. You don't really notice this part of it, and I actually overlooked it, but right now, if you join, you get your $125 worth of stuff for $99 to join, but you also get 2 stamp sets for free. And I didn't even notice that because, look, it's in the tiny words, and I guess I just am busy looking at the pictures, so I did not look at that. All right, so that's just one little quick thing I wanted to share with you before we get started in the good stuff here. Okay, so I've spent the day working on a bunch of things, sample cards to show you, and a lot of these have techniques that you can use with any card set. So again, we go back to this one, and what I did here was I started with this paper right here, and I just built out from that. I colored this part of that little bird stamp with my most favorite Stampin' Up! Tool called the Wink of Stella glitter brush. And so what I did, and I pretty much do that in all my cards now, is I took my stamp pad, I turned it upside down, and I pushed on the bottom of it, and I get this little, like a pool of ink. And what I did is you take your brush and you go into this ink like this and pick it up, and when you put it on, it is sparkly. So I think that's about the coolest thing ever. And then you just go like this and the color disappears. So that's how I colored this picture. So you can use that, and coloring is one of my favorite things to do since I was a little kid, and my sister knows that, and she's here. But you can also use markers or colored pencils or chalk or whatever you can think of to color the pictures. So some of my next projects will kind of talk about that a little bit. So, but I really like how the black looks with this color. and the little sparkles. Okay, so now, I don't know if you saw in my group, but I put some little games a couple of days ago in some challenges to win some prizes. And one of the challenges was to go to the Dollar Tree or Dollar Store or whatever it's called by you and make something with paper crafting supplies. So I will post some pictures of some Christmas items that I made this past Christmas and share with you what I did. It's really fun once you start going to the store and trying to find some of their things and trying to jazz it up or change it completely. That's fun to do. So what I wanted to do was make a gift for my friend for her desk. I wanted to give her a calendar. So I started off with this little easel thing that I found at the Dollar Tree. And I just cut some cardstock to fit over the top of this. I just glued it down. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. But I do challenge you to head to the store and just let your imagination go crazy and see if anything jumps out at you to make. I got some red spatulas and I used some paper and ink and things, and I made a wall hanging for my daughter that it looked like you were baking cookies with it. For her, she likes cookies, so well, that would be really cute hung up there. Okay, there we go. So that was a lot of fun. And my next thing I'm going to just put, this is from the free paper pack, the rainbows. I'm going to glue that. I like to use this liquid glue a bit more than anything else because when I put the glue on, I can kind of move it a little bit in case I put it on crooked. Okay, so here we go. If I can see past my camera. Okay, there we are. I hope everybody had a happy new year. And we're supposed to get a big snowstorm tonight again. We have a lot of snow on the ground. All right, so here we go. Now, these clouds, I used my cloud punch that's available now. You can see me in there. And I took the rainbows paper, the free pack again. Let me grab that one more time. And show you what I did here. So this happens a lot with Stampin' Up, where you'll find paper that already has whatever it is you want already printed, and your punch coordinates with it. And this is a little tricky to fit in there, but you can just line it up like this. Oh, can you see it? Line it up like that and punch it out, and that's exactly what I did. So another use for all the coordination. It's super cool. So I cut a few of those out to put on my project. See if I can get that back in there. Probably not. Okay, good enough. And now I'm going to add this little calendar. I just Googled mini calendars, and I was able to pick up a few of these to give out as gifts. Okay, so I'm just going to add glue to the back part of it. And just right down here. About right there, so. And these will tear off nicely. Oops. Let's get it straight. Okay. And now I just need to put down my clouds. These are fun to do. I made so many Christmas cards. I'm really happy to have some other projects to do. Okay. Here we are. One more up here. There we go. This is one fun one. And then this part, It's a cute little sentiment that, here's the stamp set that I used. And the writing is really tiny, but it says a little something to brighten your day. And well, all of these are, the font is what I really like about this. So I took the stamp and stamped it onto this little piece, which I cut from a coordinating rainbow dies. And you might say, well, what is a die? I will tell you. So the dies are these little framelit type things that you run through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and it just cuts the paper like this. It's very intricate and very fun and very cool to do. So that is what a die is when you hear that term. And you stick them all back in this handy envelope. Save it for next time. And let's put this guy on here. And I'm going to use some dimensionals, which are little sticky pieces of foam that pop things up to give it a little more of a interesting 3D look. Okay. And, whoops, I just knocked over some things. Okay. And there we go. Extra cloud, I'll save that. I never throw any of these things away. I have a big, it's a gigantic ceramic coffee mug to the left of me, and I stick all my extra parts in there, so then I can go through that big bucket of things when I'm searching for just the right part, and it's so handy. All right, so now I'm going to add some embellishments that I have. These are the they're called in color embellishments. I'm going to use my take your pick tool to pick them off of the little sheet. They have stickies on the back of them. I'm just going to add them into my project. Here's a yellow one. I'm going to put that on the little sunshine. So I wanted to just share this activity with you guys, the Dollar Tree hack, to get you thinking about things that you could do besides making cards. There's no limit. You can do wall art. You can stamp on things like wood, whatever you can think of. I mean, spatulas, I did that. It's just, there's no limit. Just try to think outside the box and see what your imagination will lead to. And that's why I like doing this stuff, because you never know. There's no right answer. There's just so many cool things you can come up with. All right, so I think I'm going to be done with this now, and kind of push on it a little so the glue will be drying. And there we go. There is my Dollar Tree store hack. So if you get a chance in the next couple of days, if you're interested in participating in that challenge, I will be picking a winner for that activity on the 6th. So you've got some time, and I hope that kind of made you think of what else you could do. I did pick up a couple more pieces to play with here. Got these at the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'm going to try to stamp on this. It's a little wood tray, and it has hearts on it, so I thought that would be good with Valentine's Day coming up. But I'm going to try to do some kind of something or other on this with my ink. And then I picked these up too, and these I am stuck. I am not quite sure what to do with this, but I'm going to hold on to them because something will happen. And then I picked up another box that has a star. So probably the same kind of thing. I might cover this with some of my designer series paper, and then I won't have to paint it, and it'll just go quicker. So that's my plan right now, but we'll see. So let me know, take pictures, post in the comments if you think of anything fun to do. All right, so there's one project done. The other games that I have going on for prizes, I have a word search, a scavenger hunt. Let's see, there's a guess how many chocolate chocolate kisses are in my candy jar. So please feel free to participate in those. Just put your comment below the picture. They're listed a bit lower in the group's chats. So just search for them and I'm sure you'll find them. If not, just ask me and I'll tell you where they are. All right, so there we are. Next project. So we've got 2 so far. Okay, next thing I want to show you. Let me just grab my catalog so you can see where we are here. So the big thing are tulips going on right now. Just want to make sure you don't miss anything in here. If you're new, these are kits that you can get, and these kits change. And there is a new one out right now in my online store, and it has all the materials that you need to get started on doing things. They'll give you directions for specific projects of what they've designed the kit for you to make, but you can completely go with your own ideas. You don't have to do what they say, so that's very fun. But you'll have ink and glue and paper and everything you need in one cute little box. So you can just buy those, and you can also subscribe to a monthly kit called Paper Pumpkin, and it comes every month with a certain theme. And the theme coming up is Valentine's Day right now, and you have until the 10th of this month to sign up for that kit. And then next month it'll be something else. You can do that month to month. You don't have to keep doing it forever. You know, just do when you can if you want. But it's fun to get something in the mail each month. Okay, so the first thing I would say to you if you get a catalog is, and you ordered something, put a check mark by what you order, because then as you go along, sometimes you might forget and you might order the same thing twice. So it's very good to get in the habit of just checking off what you've already got. And the other thing I wanted to point out was Stampin' Up! Will bundle things together. So here you'll see this is called the Sweet Conversation Bundle. So that means you're getting the stamp set and the die set together for a bit of a savings. Now, if you want even more savings, sometimes they'll even put together a suite. Now, you may or may not save a little bit on that, but it's a tiny bit, I think. You would get all of these things in the suite. So that's something to make note of. And also, remember how I was telling you about the coordinating colors that were listed on the paper? Here you can actually see the colors of what will match all of these things. So everything that you do is going to coordinate. So that's very cool. All right. Now, with that in mind, I'm going to show you a really quick Valentine card that I just made. And all I did was I just took half of a sheet of cardstock. It was 8.5 by 11. So I cut it in half. Then I made a score fold line halfway there. And I took some of this designer series paper that they have, and let me just grab that to show you. This is super cute too. I mean, look how fun is that? Oh my gosh. And here are our colors. And I think it's just so neat that they're double-sided. It's because you can use, some of them will be specifically for a season, but the other side will just be for any time of the year. Like this purple one, you could use that anytime. That wouldn't have to be for Valentine's. Or this color right here looks marbly, kind of like our free marble paper. So that's really nice. And it's really nice paper. So I had a rectangle that measured, let's see, 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I cut it on the diagonal. And I took white and did the same thing like this. And then I just, here's our piece. And I just cut it in half diagonally. And so now I can make 2 cards. So how about that? That's really, if you need to make a bunch of cards for something like Christmas cards where I was struggling to get all of my cards made. This is a really fast, speedy way. And then what I did was I just splattered some of my Wink of Stella again. Honestly, I'm wearing this thing out. I just opened it up and I went like this. Move this up a little. In the cap, I just went like this and flung some of the glitter on the white part, and that's super cool. And then there's these cute little resin hearts that I stuck on there as well. So that's very simple, very fast, very effective. All right, another project. Woohoo! Okay, so another thing Stampin' Up! Does really well is embellishments and the ribbons, and also boxes and other things that you can decorate. So let me grab my next little thing here. I'm going to show you, I don't know if there are any coffee people here, but this is a fun thing I've just picked up. This makes a really cute gift. I just got these, but these are mini coffee cups and the lids, like mini Starbucks. And then you can decorate those to give as a gift with a gift card inside or candy, anything like that. So I'm super excited to do that for Valentine's Day. Put some kind of chocolate in there, and I'll probably be using my rainbows stamp set like crazy. So that's fun. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I'm not going to point out every little thing in here, but I'm just going to swing through to my next project so you can see it in the catalog here. Oh, here it is. So here's the Ladybug. Ladybug set. It's called Hello Ladybug. And the neat thing about this bundle, it's not a die set, but it's a punch in a stamp set. So here is my punch. All right, so here's our Ladybug, and then our stamp set is right here. So you would get both of these things in the bundle. And here's how the little punches work. It has a little button right here that you just push, and then you're able to put the paper in and punch it. So I have some here. I made a card. Whoops. I'm a little bit non-traditional Ladybug person, so I made my Ladybugs kind of a lighter orange and pink, and I embossed this white piece with a folder that makes that texture on the card, and then I took my blending brush, which looks like a spoon with foamy stuff on it, put it in the ink, and I made this card happen. So let's see. I think I have the parts here where I can actually show you how I did this. Okay, let me get all my stuff here out of the way. I feel like my brain is cloudy with my cold. Okay, here we go. You can see my little scrap piece of paper here. So I did some of this ahead of time. All right, here is our part. So again, easy way, you just take an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and you cut it in half, and then you score it right there. So, alrighty. Now, the next step we'll do is we'll cut out our Ladybugs. So here's my paper. This is from our Daffodil paper, and I really like to put pink and black together. I think that looks really cool. So these are the wings, or they could be leaves, and then this is the Ladybug body. So there you go. And I don't know what's more fun than punching stuff out. Not much. Okay. And then one more. All right. So there's that. And then I usually close it and push this down and set that aside. Okay, so there we got our guys right there. And then I went ahead and stamped the wings. Actually, I need this again. Oh, gee. Okay. And put this in. I might have to cut this a little bit because it's not going to fit. This stamp was a two-part activity. When I say the two-part, what I mean is that I stamped down the wings and then there was the dots. So if you look at this set, you can see here are the wings and those are the dots that you do after that. So that's pretty neat. You can do that for the Ladybug too. So you can stamp the guy down and then you stamp that part. That's pretty cute. Okay, let's see if this fits now. In here. It's going to be a little tricky. I probably cut it the wrong way. All right, almost. There we go. All right, we got the wings. Okay, so that also cut out an extra ladybug body, so I'm going to save that in my big pile of stuff for later. Okay, and then, let me just quick check here. Let's see, I'm just going to check my comments really quick. Bear with me a moment. Okay, and I think we're good. I think so. Just checking to see if Jessie's around here. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. So, after I cut out my ladybugs, oh, I have another one here. All right. Get this in here. I like the pink one the best. This one was easier to cut out, her punch out. Here we go. All kinds of parts over here now. Pieces and parts. I had a fun time today doing all these. All right, so here we go. Here's our ladybugs. And then I took the stamp in this set, which is a big leaf, and I stamped that out. And then I don't have a punch for that, so I just cut it out. I left a little white edge around it, so then you don't have to be quite as careful. And I ran this white piece through my embossing folder. I already did that ahead of time. I'll have to show you that next time. But I want to show you my blending brush, how that works to get the pink on top of that. So let me grab my ink. Here, my Magenta Madness. It's a little goopy because I had it on its side by mistake and it started to leak. So things happen sometimes. But I just get a little ink off of the pad. I rub off a little bit on the beginning so it doesn't look like a circle. And you just start putting that on there. It's super easy. And very fun. But yeah, if you always just tap a little bit off, then you won't get that weird blob. And do as much as you want. And you can see the embossed part or raised texture part. That's a lot of fun. And there are little flowers in the background. So you can wash this when you're done, or you can just, I usually just set it. I have 6 of them, and they're all in a basic color family. So I just use them in whatever color is closest at the time to match. And then I took a stamp set called The Biggest Wish. I use this all the time. And I stamped the thanks onto a little punched out label. And then there is a fantastic pack of sparkly paper in this catalog called, I'll have to look it up, what page it's on, but it's shimmer paper. So this was the label, and I just cut it in half. And what I did on this card, I cut this in half because it wasn't big enough to fit. It would be hidden otherwise by this piece. So my card goes like this. I put ribbon across it, and then I cut this in half so you can see both sides of the glimmer. So there's a little tip if you just want a little bit of something behind a label. That works very well. And then all I did was I glued everything down. And I'll flip-flop the colors in this one, however you want to put your leaves. And push this down a little bit. You glue it all down, and then you've got a really cute little card. And I love the pink with the green too. So the pink and the black and the pink and the granny apple green are one of my favorites. So there you go. There's another one. Okay, next project to show you will be, let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna grab my catalog once more so I'm going in order. All right, so I hope that you're thinking of something that you would want to make. All righty. This is the embossing machine. If you wonder when I say the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, it just rolls through with a plate. And this is a really cute set with the kites. I'm just getting this one, the Artfully Composed Suite, which I'll be getting all of these things. This looks like a lot of fun to play with. Okay. Now, here's a set that I have been playing with quite a bit. Because I'm a demonstrator, I received this set for free for attending a kind of a virtual retreat type of an event. So that's very awesome to do if you ever get a chance to do stuff like that. They give you free stuff. All right, and I made a couple of projects with that. Amazing Silhouettes is what it's called. Okay, so here is one of the cards that I made, and I used, we have pastel chalks, so I wanted to kind of just show you how I came to do this card right here. Okay, let's see if I can remember. It was all of this morning ago that I did that. So what I did is I grabbed my chalk. It's kind of another fun way to color stuff. So the chalk comes like this, and it tells you on the back what colors are in here, and they look a little differently than you would think. So this one, it looks kind of orange to me, but it's actually kind of supposed to be red, so I thought that was a little bit weird. But I went for Coastal Cabana, and you can take this and scratch it off with take your pick tool, which I'm going to do, and show you how you can use your blending brushes to do that. So here's my take your pick tool, and if I turn this, there's a different end on here, and this will scrape the chalk off. And this end has a little putty thing on there that you can use for tiny embellishments like these. You can use this to pick up little things like that. It sticks to it for a little bit. And also, with the cap on, it's really good for pushing down things or pointing at people and saying, hey, you. All right, so this is, you can do chalk a few different ways. You can scratch it off like this, or you can just color with it too. You can just go like this. That's one way. And let me get my little dauber out here. Or you can use the sponge dauber to grab what you scratched off and do this. I kind of like this better because when I scratch the chalk off, it kind of gives me the creeps, like when you scratch a chalkboard. This is less painful. I just try to grab all that I took off of there. And it's almost like a chalky, watercolory kind of a feeling that you get. All right. There we go. And then you can just tap it a little if there's any that didn't quite stay on the paper, it'll come off. But these are really awesome little deals. I have about 10 of these and I use them all the time for ink and stuff. Okay, so we'll go back to our original card and you can see there's our silhouette. So for that is a really big stamp. So I'm going to get out, this is called the Stamparatus. And this is for, so you can make stamps that are really big, have a base. You can do many cards over and over again because you'll just keep stamping and stamping, and your paper, you just put your paper exactly the same place, and you can make a lot of cards very quickly. And it also solves another problem of if you don't have any blocks, you can put any stamp on here. You just put it on here and you stamp, and it will always be perfect. If you don't get enough ink on it, you just lift it up, re-ink your stamp, push it down. It's amazing. So if you think, you know what, I don't think I'm going to be able to have that many blocks or anything like that, just get a Stamparatus and you'll be set. Okay, so here's my tree from the Amazing Silhouettes. And let me grab my piece of paper that I was chalking on. Here it is. Hopefully you can see that okay. And you have little magnets, and you have to be careful because I accidentally had 2 magnets, and then this one slammed into this one and it broke. So you have to be really careful. They're very strong. So what I do is, this is the sticky side. I put it on my paper where I want it to be, and then I pick it up with the panel, and now it's going to be, we're going to put our magnets down so then our paper will stay in place. One thing I have to do is, because I'm using orange, the orange stamp, I do need to take this, I actually have to take this out. This is, you use this foam mat when you're using the clear stamps, but because the orange stamps already have foam in them, you don't need to do that. So I might have to readjust my paper. Let's see. Oh, that's okay. Just got a little bit crooked. Okay. Okay, so I used Granny Apple Green when I did my main picture, so I think I will again. Okay, so then you just stamp it, put your ink on there. I'm not going to do it all, it's just so you can see what I mean if you don't get enough ink, what I'm talking about. So you push down, and I always do this just to kind of make sure. Then you lift it up, and if you see, oh, a little bit of it didn't quite get covered, then you can just take your ink, try to get it again, and it's going to land in exactly the same spot. Hopefully nothing moved, and then you can fix it. Perfect. Okay, so that's how we did that. There is a stamp set that I wanted to show you. I'm going to quick grab it. Okay, there's a stamp set in our big catalog, not this little one, called Many Happenings, and it's a big sheet of stamps all on one. I actually tried cutting this apart, which you're not supposed to do, so I made a mistake on that. But you just take this whole stamp and you put it on your Stamparatus, stamp it down, and you get this big sheet of all of these sentiments, and then you can cut them out when you need them. So that is really a smart tip. Of course, I didn't know that at the time, and then I thought, oh, I just want the baby one, and well, I messed up that one, but it still stamps down just fine. Okay, so that is that card, and then the magic of TV, and here's the finished project again. And again, here's my rainbows paper, and I just used some of my little butterfly sequins, and I'm kind of catching up on my thank you cards here. All right, so I'm gonna make sure I close my ink. That's a really fun, the Stamparatus is super helpful in these projects. Okay, and then my other project that I want to show you with that same stamp set is my butterfly set. So I want to show you how I did that one real quick, and we're almost done. And thank you so much for watching tonight, and I hope you feel like, oh, maybe I could give that a try, because you totally can. Really, it's just so much fun trying to think of new things to do. Oh, I didn't get my chalk in there very good. Let's try that again. Okay. After the Christmas card season, I feel like I learned so much stuff. I had the best time making all my cards. Okay, so I'm going to peel that off, and I'm going to clean that off a little bit later. Just put it in my cleaning station over there. Okay, here is my other piece of paper. So this one I did a little bit differently. I used my butterfly stamp, and I use what is called a Versamark ink pad, and Versamark is a kind of an ink that will resist colors. So let me get my ink pad. So when you put it down, you can color over it and the image stays. If that makes any sense. All right, so here's our butterfly, and the Versamark will come. It looks kind of clear, and so Shanna accidentally put green on there because I didn't clean off my stamp, so don't tell. All right, so you can't see it really that it's on there, but then you have to just kind of remember. So I'm going to put one there, maybe one here, and then hopefully one there. You can kind of see the clear image if you look real close. All right, now comes the fun part. Okay, we're going to use our chalk again and our sponge daubers. I'm going to clean that off too. Okay, get this out of the way. All right, so we're going to use these three colors to make this. You can see what I mean when the image kind of shows up magically. All right. Okay, so first off is, I think it's Daffodil Delight. So let me grab my little tool again. Can I take your pick tool? Okay, I'm running out of room here. So let's scooch this down. All right, so you're gonna see me kind of scratching off a little bit. Ooh, it sounds kind of yucky. Close your ears if that bothers you. It's kind of squeaky. Don't need very much because it's a pretty small picture. And then I will take my little daubers. I have one that's kind of yellow, so I'll just use that. Grab that up and then just start going across the image, and then you'll see it's like magic. There's your butterfly. Isn't that neat? How about that? So then you just have to remember where you stamped it so that you can put the ink in the right spots. Okay. If you get it on next one, that's okay, because we're going to do it anyways. So now I'm going to jump ahead to they call it Poppy Parade, but sure looks orange to me. Poppy Parade is red. It looks orange. Oh well. Okay, and then I'm going to use this one here. Don't seem to need too much. Okay, now I'm just going to go try to find my next image. There we go. And just like that, you've got two. Oh, and I had some on my finger. That's okay too. Okay, because I'll put some paper. Oops, I got a little bit right here with my finger. But that's okay because I would put paper to cover that up, so no big deal. And then our last one is Mango Melody. It's really cool. I love that stamp ink for that color. It's so pretty. Okay, and I'll just use my yellow dauber again for that. Here we go. My last butterfly. I'm going to overlap a little with the red color. And there's our last butterfly. Super cool. I find that really fun. Okay, done. And this is what I use this sentiment from this Many Happenings, that giant stamp set right there. I just punched it out and put a little ribbon behind it. And then if you can see here, these say thank you, thank you, thank you. You're awesome. That tiny little thank you is in the rainbow set. It's so cute. It's very tiny. There it is. Isn't that adorable? Okay. And so there's that project. My last thing that I want to share with you today is hedgehogs. So let's put this away a little bit here, clean up. All right, my last card that I made for you is my hedgehog card. Okay, hopefully that shows up all right. And that set comes with a punch also. Let's see if we can find it. Now, if I can't find it in my catalog, there is an index that I can look at. And if you do the scavenger hunt, you are more than welcome to use this to help you out if that helps you at all. Big tip right there. Okay, the hedgehog is on page 64. So there's a big huge tip. Okay, there's our hedgehog set, the stamp set and the punch. So I just used the stamp set this time, and I just used my markers to color this little guy, and I used a sentiment from another set. Let's see. It says, being awesome is just your thing, which I think that's really cute. And a little tiny bit of ribbon. So this is a real simple card. Just has really cute designer series paper and just simple coloring. So it doesn't have to be hard. You can use just paper to make a card look really good. Okay, so that is it. I just want to leave that there because that's so cute. All right, so the last thing I want you to be aware of, if you spend some time looking through the catalog, here is that sparkly pink paper that I was telling you about, page 67. It's overlooked because it's just hanging out here on the side. The Supple Shimmer is what it's called. Make sure you check that out. It's beautiful. You only get 2 sheets of it, but it's only $5, so that's really good. And then if you go through, this page lists some items that we had in our last catalog that are carried over. So that's kind of nice to have some things getting reused a little bit. This section of the catalog helps you to know what you're getting in the bundles. So it's usually a stamp set with a die set or a stamp set with a punch. So you'll save 10% on those. So that's helpful too. Also for the scavenger hunt if you're looking for that. Then this section here tells you all of the stamps. So every stamp is listed alphabetically, and then every die set is listed alphabetically. Again, scavenger hunt. This will list all of the punches in this little catalog and the embossing folders to make texture. This has all of your paper that's in this catalog. And then this will be extra sets, like there's some sets of envelopes, and there's just a variety, vellum, things like that. And then you have all your embellishments and ribbon listed in there. So if ever you're wondering where you saw something like that, just check your index. It's super nice. It didn't used to be alphabetical, so that's really cool. And then the other thing that often gets overlooked are the host stamp sets. And this one is super cute, the Mischievous Mice and Expressions of Friendship. These are, if you do a party, you're able to earn these sets for free. So just so you're aware of that. And I have one pack of those special sets here. Let's see. So this is the Abstract Beauty. It's a set of paper and cards. It all comes in a big pack. So that's what that is. I'm going to be doing a video for the abstract stamp set and paper as I have that whole suite. But I'll do that later. It's a lot of stuff. It takes a lot of time. Oh, one more thing. So this card is the regular size. But in this catalog, there's a tall, skinny one. It's like a money holder card set. And I wanted to show you that because it's brand new. It also has matching envelopes. But it's called the Slim Card Dies. And it's on page 52. This is kind of a neat new thing. The envelopes are separate. And they're long and skinny like a money holder. But all of these stamps were made with kind of big print to go on a lot longer card. So you can see these are the shorter ones and these are longer ones, or for home decor. So I really want to try this truck one. I think that's really cute. Okay, so that is it for today. I mean, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I apologize for my nasal nosy sound that I have going on today. And I hope it all makes sense and was interesting to you. If you have any questions, just go ahead and holler, and please do the games. And on the 6th, you have until the 6th to do all of the contests for prizes. So please do. You got nothing to lose, and it's a whole lot of fun, especially in the winter when there's nothing else to do. So, all right, that's all I've got for today. All right, thank you so much. Have a good night.